Hi everyone, this is Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and I wanted to start out this video by saying yes, I absolutely do personal readings. All you have to do is go to my website at angelsouls444.com. That's angelsouls with an S, 444.com, and you'll go to the services page. You'll see that there are a few price points for you to choose from. Go ahead and follow the instructions and we'll get you in line for a reading. Take care. Hello everyone, this is Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning October 13th, 2014. I'm going to be using the Romance deck by Doreen Virtue for the main part of the reading, and then I'm going to be pulling a color card from the Secret Language of Color cards by Inna Segal. The reason why I am choosing this deck, I have been trying to record this video for a while now. And something keeps occurring and I just felt like, okay, I'm not using the right deck, and I was drawn to this. I think we all need to feel a little bit of love right now and feel like everything's okay. Everything that's occurring is for the highest good of everyone involved, even if it's not what we wanted. That's a big channeled message that's coming in. This is also going to be a week of a lot of miracles occurring. But again, if you're in your intellect, if you're stuffed up in your intellect and that's where you live all the time, you're not going to have a very happy week. This isn't something that you can figure out. It's really a time of faith. And the angels keep giving me this image where they're showing me an angel with their arm kind of across the heart chakra of someone. And I've gotten that vision of them doing that before, and that was when I was, somebody was being extra mean and I needed a little bit of protection. And they're showing me that for you for this week. But this gesture also does something else. It draws energy to your heart chakra, and it's asking you to get in tune with that, to get in tune with your heart wisdom. So even if you might be quick to dismiss something as bad, or oh gosh, I lost a friend, or whatever, you might find that that was exactly what needed to occur to allow a new situation to come in. So they're really asking everyone to not jump to conclusions this week about anything. Don't try to push on anything. Don't try to control anything. And people who are controlling are going to have a problem with that. I get those comments every time. Every time that message comes in, I got somebody going, well, when can I? I get it. I totally get it, because I like making things happen too. I'm right there with you. But it's funny that the Romance deck is the thing that I've been called to. So this is a week about love, not just romantic love, but self-love, love for your neighbor, love for your pets, love for your kids, love for your family, whatever. Let the love flow this week. Live here, not so much here. Live in your heart wisdom. All right, let's get going on this and see what's coming up, because I'm curious too. First card we have is Calling in Your Soulmate. Now the card actually says, and I'll read this to you since you probably can't see it, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. We always have that soulmate talk, don't we? Everyone seems to think that soulmates have to be romantic. You only have one. It's not true. Especially with this energy shift going on in the world, a lot of little soul families are starting to kind of come together and collect, and your soulmate can be romantic, or it could be somebody who's just here to teach you a lesson and help you along your way. I've had that happen plenty of times. And you'll know when it's a soulmate if you're in a good energy. I am noticing a trend, and we should talk about this, of people jumping to conclusions about someone being their soulmate. When you're leaning on your intuition, like I just said, you have to be in a good, clear, centered place before you are leaning on that. If your emotions are involved, you are going to misinterpret the information that is coming through. Remember, this conceptualized energy has to, from a higher frequency, has to squeeze its way in and come through your third dimensional ego consciousness filter. So there could be something lost in translation if you're not careful. And hold on one second. Right. So don't, anybody who's around you who you just feel emotionally attached to, don't automatically assume, well, that's my soulmate. A soulmate, I'm so sorry for the sirens. I told you, every time I'm trying to record this, there's some noise going on. My neighbor was just outside letting his little girl play right in front of my door. Anyway, don't jump to conclusions about the people around you. You will know the soulmate because they're showing me this, the heart space again. That's interesting. They're showing me that, well, at least this week, it's going to follow the heart and what your heart is feeling, not so much what your gut is telling you. That's interesting, right? Reason being, they're showing me that a soulmate will light your heart up, even if they're not romantic. They're here to show you some love. Any soulmate that comes in and helps with your soul growth and helps you stay on a path, that's an immense, deep kind of love. And it's a gift that they're bringing from a place that we used to be in. So embrace it. Again, don't let your mind get in there and start figuring out why that person shouldn't be there or how they don't work in your life or whatever thing that you might do to try to self-sabotage yourself. All right? The things that you want are actually around you in some way. So learn how to open your eyes and to recognize it. Okay. The next thing we have is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. For some of you, this is not really being in touch with your authentic self. You're not, that's interesting. Thank you. Sorry, I get interrupted every once in a while. For those of you who are very ambitious, and we're talking about that, very ambitious and going after things, and you're always, your day-to-day is you stuck up in your intellect. This is going to, again, it's about your heart chakra. It's pulling energy away from that. So if you're up here, you're not down here. This closes the heart chakra down. It sort of calcifies and no love can flow in. So for you guys, you're supposed to work on that this week, all right? Bring the energy down. Get out of your head a little bit. For some others, because you're not maybe doing what you think you should be doing in the world, you just feel uneasy about how you're showing up. You're not doing enough. You're not, who you want to be or where you want to be. This is lowering your self-esteem. And in that way, it's affecting any kind of love coming in your life. It's about balance. It's about balance and healing. When is it not about balance and healing? But we overlook it. So don't overlook that this week. All right, give it proper attention. Here's another soulmate card. This is going to be a good week. All right, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And again, that soulmate might be coming in for a purpose other than giving you romantic love. I need to say this. It's coming through. I immediately, as this card came up, I felt like some married people, it's a feminine energy. I'm just going to say that we'll move on. You're sitting there wanting permission to cheat on your husband. Oh, soulmate's going to come along and I'm going to be able to go off and do whatever. Whoever that is, just, like, I can't put my judgment on that. I can't, but karmically speaking, you got to watch it. Anytime, and they're showing me pulling away from one energy that you're melded into, only puts you in a state of distortion. And then when you're trying to go into another energy and meld with another, it's not a proper connection. Do what you want. It's your life. It ain't my business. But that's what's coming through, and I have to give you as it comes. All right. So everybody else, keep an open mind about the people who are coming to you, the people who are falling out of your life. It's like happy chaos. So the chaos part might not be fun, and it might be really exhausting and maybe even a little stressful. But again, if you're tuned into your heart wisdom, you will see why it's occurring, and it'll make it a little easier to get through. There are beautiful people coming into our lives this week. And I'm feeling, they're showing me like some of it will just be in passing. So this could be somebody who just, maybe you just see them in a store. You exchange 2 sentences with them, and then they go on. But whatever it was that they said really stuck with you. It might even get you going in a different direction kind of thing. It could be like that. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Now remember, the words on the bottom here, those are Doreen Virtue's words. I'm using these as a divination tool to spark the message coming through and for you to have something pretty to look at. So we don't always have to take that, it can be romantic, it doesn't have to be. But the overall message of this card, use this week to really get honest with yourself. I went through that last week. I had to get honest about some of my habits and the way I think and again, how I show up in the world and am I doing enough? This is going to continue, I think, into this week. But love yourself through that. You're going through a big period of growth, reevaluating. You know I was going to say that, right? And it's not always comfortable, but it's darn good for you. All right? So there's that. Let's see what the color card is for this week. All right. So let's see what is coming up for our color card. Blue. Activate your healing power. The number is 37. Look at that image. They're asking you to focus on the image. Yes, take in the message of the color, but look at the image on the card. There's something, yeah. Raise yourself up to a different level. This is sort of, you're not being tested. We don't want to put it that way, but it's the same, it's like a rite of passage type of week where you're coming up on the end of one chapter and you are starting, you're still kind of in the waiting room and waiting for something new to begin, but you'll see how it's going to start going. But really, this is on a spiritual level, going up to the next level and having a new level of understanding. And yes, through that understanding, you start opening up healing pathways and getting inspired. Wow. It really is a time of letting other stuff go, the old stuff, and just sitting and being and allowing in the information that's trying to come to you without trying to control it with your mind, without trying to explain it or analyze it, but really just feeling it and letting the realization sink in. All right? So somehow that will affect each of you. It's going to affect each of you in very different ways, but it is for your highest good and it will be getting you, they're saying that's helping pull in the miracles and the things that you've been asking for. Okay, so there it is, guys. I'm sending you all of my love. Have a good week. Bye.